Hello Dodgers faithful. Settle in for a deep dive into the chatter that's been buzzing around Dodger Stadium ever since yesterday's radio waves carried a hint of franchise-wide concern about two of LA's most prominent bats. In a recent sit-down on MLB Network Radio, General Manager Brandon Gomez fielded a question that has lingered in the minds of fans and front office insiders alike. What if left field and third base demand reinforcements before the July 31st trade deadline? The context is simple yet urgent. Michael Conforto, brought aboard on a one-year, $17 million pact last December, has yet to rediscover his former potency at the plate. Meanwhile, Max Muncy, who has been a model of consistency and power in Dodger blue since his arrival, found himself mired in a mid-season slump. That begged the question of whether additional firepower might be needed to shore up those spots. Gomez didn't shy away from the possibility, though his tone suggested cautious optimism rather than desperation. I think both those guys are in a good position to continue to get back to what their historic performances, he said, nodding to the track records Conforto and Muncy have established over careers that include all-star nods and postseason heroics. It was a reminder that this organization has long prided itself on patience, on trusting the process and the people who have helped deliver multiple pennants. Yet the unspoken caveat hung in the air. Patience, as always, has its limits when the aim is nothing less than a World Series championship. Turning first to the corner of the infield, Muncy's skid, which stretched from mid-May into early June, raised eyebrows across the baseball world. His bat, once a reliable source of homers and on-base magic, had dipped to a slash line that threatened to drag the Dodgers lineup into a vulnerable spot. But then came a surge so electric it felt like summer itself had arrived on the West Coast. From May 31st through the latest contest, Muncy has raked to the tune of a .346 batting average, a .462 on-base percentage, and a .654 slugging mark. Those numbers don't just erase the rust. They exceed anything he produced in his first 7 seasons with LA, lifting his overall line closer to the norms fans have come to expect from their veteran slugger. The spotlight now turns to Michael Conforto, whose arrival in Dodger blue carried the promise of a renaissance. In San Francisco, the spacious confines of Oracle Park made life difficult for left-handed bats, and the 32-year-old's ops of 106 over the past 2 seasons reflected that challenge. Here under the California sun, with a new clubhouse and a new coaching staff ready to unlock his potential, Conforto was supposed to recapture the form that saw him pace the Mets and earn a reputation as one of the most dangerous hitters in the National League. Instead, through 74 games, he slashes a disappointing 168, with a .305 on-base figure and a .277 slugging percentage marks that leave him at the bottom of the league among qualifiers and of everyone watching for signs of life. Enter Andrew Friedman, the architect behind LA's sustained run of success, offering reassurance tempered by realism. To date, obviously, Michael hasn't performed up to what he expected or we expected, Friedman told Bill Shaken of the Los Angeles Times. Yet he stopped short of sending out a scouting report on potential replacements outside the organization. Watching the way he is working, watching the progress being made, I would bet that his next 2 months are way better than his last 2 months, Friedman added, signaling faith in Conforto's work ethic and adjustment period. He acknowledged the always shifting calculus of roster management. Injuries happen, slumps linger, and front offices must remain nimble, but emphasized that any move would have to clear a particularly high bar. When pressed directly on the possibility of adding a left fielder from another team, Friedman offered what might be the organization's most candid assessment to date. Never say never, but I think we would hold a very high bar and find it very unlikely. That reluctance speaks volumes about the Dodgers' confidence in their core players and their own minor league depth, even as other clubs scramble for upgrades. With the trade deadline looming on July 31st, rumors will swirl and hypothetical trade partners will emerge, from up-and-coming prospects to established veterans in search of a fresh start. Yet for now, the Dodgers appear content to watch Conforto continue his adjustments under the watchful eye of Dave Roberts, his coaching staff, and to cheer on Muncy as his hot streak reminds everyone why patience is often rewarded in this game. As the calendar inches closer to the deadline, each series, every at-bat, takes on an increased sense of drama. For Conforto, the next 8 weeks represent a personal crossroads, a chance to rewrite the narrative and prove he still belongs among baseball's elite left-handed bats. For Muncy, they offer the opportunity to build on recent heroics and anchor A lineup that will be judged harshly if it sputters when October arrives, and for Dodgers fans, it's another chapter in a season defined by unrelenting expectations, where even the slightest misstep ignites speculation and every success fuels dreams of another parade down Figueroa Street. In a sport where rosters are never truly set until the last out of the World Series, LA finds itself balancing loyalty to proven performers with the ever-present possibility that reinforcements might be just a phone call away, shifting our gaze from the hot corner and the left field grass to the many layers of this organization's depth chart. It becomes clear that the Dodgers have no shortage of internal candidates who could step into key roles if called upon. Beneath the bright lights of Chavez Ravine, prospects such as James Outman and Michael Busch have already made their presence felt, flashing power and plate discipline in the minors. Outman's advanced approach and crisp swing have long made him a popular name among talent evaluators, and Busch's right-handed pop offers yet another avenue for lineup reinforcement. Yet both remain under the guidance of the developmental staff, honing their craft behind the scenes and awaiting the moment when necessity, and perhaps a few knocks from the injury bug, forces the front office to press the proverbial green button. Meanwhile, on the bench sits veteran utility presence Zach McKinstry, a switch hitter whose ability to slot into multiple positions has proven invaluable in past seasons. McKinstry's offensive profile may not carry the gaudy power numbers of a corner outfielder, but his contact-oriented approach and feel for the strike zone make him a steadying presence when the opposition's pitching staff is at its most unforgiving. Should Conforto's struggles persist and the Dodgers decide to summon reinforcements from within, McKinstry's name could easily surface in the post-game lineup card, perhaps manning left field while another bat is summoned via trade or a September call. Up. Beyond position players, the bullpen picture offers its own tapestry of players fighting for high-leverage roles. As the calendar flips into July, the Dodgers' relief corps will require careful management, especially if this team aims to outlast the wear and tear that October brings. Names like Evan Phillips and Brusdar Graterol have already carved out niches as late-inning options, but the opportunity exists for right-handed fireballers such as Bobby Miller or Dustin May, once fully ramped back from injury, to inject fresh life into Los Angeles' relief strategy. Pitching, after all, can be the great equalizer in headline-making trades. A team flush with live arms often finds itself in the driver's seat in discussions with rival front offices, of course. Even as Andrew Friedman rebuffs the notion of trading for a left fielder, it would be naive to think that the Dodgers aren't keeping a Rolodex of available players at the ready. Names will surface in whispers: seasoned veterans on expiring contracts, reclamation projects with untapped upside, and scouts will file reports on hitting environments both hitter and pitcher friendly. From the cozy confines of Arlington to the cavernous outfield walls of Coors Field, each park tells a different tale about a player's true talent level in baseball's modern era, where data points and exit velocity metrics often carry as much weight as scouting grades. The Dodgers' analytics department will be scanning every swing, every spin rate, searching for statistical anomalies that point toward undervalued assets. Yet for all the off-season moves and mid-season whispers, the culture fostered by Dave Roberts cannot be understated. Roberts' clubhouse environment, where accountability, preparation, and mutual trust form the bedrock of each interaction, serves as the glue that holds this sprawling roster together. It is one thing to assemble a team of star-caliber performers. It is quite another to meld them into a cohesive unit capable of overcoming adversity when batting practice ends and the tension of July baseball starts to tighten its grip. It is the manager's voice, calm yet firm, that reminds these men of the standard they have pledged to uphold. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. A hushed rumble is making its way through the baseball world, a speculative ripple that could soon become a tidal wave. Sources close to the Washington Nationals camp are buzzing about alleged comments made by Mike Soroka, the promising right-hander, concerning the formidable Los Angeles Dodgers. While details remain murky and official confirmation is non-existent, the mere whisper of a slight against the reigning NL West champions has ignited a firestorm of speculation. The exact nature of Soroka's purported remarks is the subject of much debate. Some suggest it was a casual quip, perhaps a frustrated utterance after a tough outing, taken out of context. Others hint at a more pointed criticism perhaps questioning the Dodgers' perceived invincibility or even their playing style, whatever the specifics. The notion of a national speaking ill of the Dodgers, especially one as well regarded as SOROKA, is enough to send ripples through both clubhouses. This isn't merely idle gossip. In the highly competitive world of Major League Baseball, perceived slights can fuel rivalries and create intense narratives. If these rumors hold even a kernel of truth, it could add a fascinating layer of tension to any future Nationals-Dodgers matchups. Imagine SOROKA on the mound, facing a lineup potentially motivated by a desire to respond to his alleged words. For now, it's all just talk, a murmur on the wind. Neither SOROKA nor the Nationals organization has addressed the speculation, which only serves to amplify its intrigue. Will this rumor dissipate into thin air, or will it evolve into a full-blown narrative that defines a future chapter in the ongoing Nationals-Dodgers saga? The baseball world holds its breath, waiting to see if these whispers will turn into shouts. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.